Hi everyone, it's Mary. I just wanted to create a document, a video for you so that you could refer back to it at any point. This video is going to be on the Smart Learning software and how to quickly and easily make an interactive page for you to work with your students. Okay, so you can see that I'm in the Google Drive, and I'm going to go in my Google Drive. I'm going to go to one of my classes, so I'll pick geometry. And I'll pick, okay, we're in parallel lines, so I'll pick parallel lines. Now, on any of your lessons, you can convert easily a PDF or a Smart Learning document into the Smart Learning suite. You cannot do a Word doc. So if you have a Word doc you like, just turn it into a PDF, and then you can transfer it over. Okay, so I'm gonna actually pick one. I'm gonna maybe pick the proof one. We'll see what happens. So I click this 3 proofs, and I'm gonna write, it's a PDF. I'm gonna right click on it, and I'm gonna go to open with. I have no idea what this looks like, so we'll see what happens. And I'm gonna open with the Smart Learning Suite. Now, it's gonna take a second, and it might ask you to log in if you haven't logged in a really long time. Okay, so see, it's asking me to log in. So I'm going to log in with my Google account. Hopefully this is more than one page, but it's setting up my lesson. And I actually have a lot of documents open, so I shouldn't, as I'm doing this, because it takes a little bit of time when that happens. And you do need to do this before a class, okay? All right, so now I've got all these proofs in here, and these actually happen to be handwritten. Now, let's pretend that for number one, I don't want to convert it to an activity because I want to go over these 2 proofs with students in class. But then on slide 2, I want them to try these on their own, 2 and 3. So let's do this. I'm actually going to, for number 1, maybe I get it started and I want a student to like come to the board. So I'm going to convert it to an activity. I'll convert it to a workspace activity. A workspace activity is one where I can involve the entire class. Okay, and that will happen. And you're done. You leave it. Then I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to ask them to maybe work on their own. So I'm going to convert that to an activity. I want that to be a handout. Okay, I want that to be a handout. All right, done. Number 3, I also want this to be a handout. And on number 4, I don't have anything. I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to leave it and convert it to a workspace activity. So maybe I can put something on the board and we can discuss. All right. So I moved it into the Smart Learning Suite, a document I already had planned on working with the students on. Then I go to finish editing. And now I'm all set to go. Okay. So how do I get it going in class? In class, I'm on this exact same page. And I go to the people here on the left and I click it. There are 2 ways to pace the class. Teacher pacing, which means students can only work on the page that we're working on at the same time. And that's preferable if you want to show them something first, because otherwise they can work ahead. So I'll leave it at teacher pacing, and then when I want the students to work, because they might be working on problems at a different pace, I'll switch it mid-lesson to student pacing. But I'll go to this arrow right here, and I'll tell students, direct them to hellosmart.com and to enter the class ID. The class ID never changes. So once they've done this once, if they bookmark it, they can always log in. I somehow still have 2 students in the class because they just didn't log out of it, but it's okay. All right, so I got it, and when I have everybody in the class, I'm going to click Setup, and this is going to appear. How many teams would you like? Because it's a workspace activity, I want everyone on one team. That way I can ask kids to come to the board and everyone will see it. So I'm going to pick everyone on one team. And now I can zoom in if I'd like to. And I can bring my document down. I can move it with my cursor. I can take my handy dandy pen for my Wacom tablet, and I'm going to grab a pen. I have different lengths of stylus that I can use. I have different tips. So I have main colors, and then I have a highlighter. I can even expand this if I want to change my colors around. I'm going to work with red. I can erase here. I can add a web or an image if I want to at any point, or I could type. And then this just will allow me to, end the activity if I want to, but I've never really used that. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and I'm going to, oh, that's too thick for me, so I'm going to go to a smaller, and I might be going over this with them, and I'm going to write statements and reasons and go through the example. Okay, so I might not have the class come to the board, or I might at any point ask someone to type and they'll use their XP pens. But now I'm ready for them to go on to the next activity. So I want them to try one. So I'm going to go to the next page using the arrows here on the left. So now you can see I'm on page 2, and this is student progress. So when I click that, they'll all then enter the activity. When they move their page, all of their names will appear here, and then I can click through their names to see the work that they're working on. If at any point I want to see how they're doing and then I want to pause everyone, I pause everyone. I can pull out a blank teacher handout, which is the handout. I can zoom in and move it, and then I can talk about something with them. So it really, really nice, easy way for me to pause and have them look. All right, what if I want to add a page while I'm moving? So we finished 4, and I need some more space. So I just need something to write on. So I use this plus sign on the left side, and I add a whiteboard. Okay, so this gives me a plain old whiteboard. I can do whatever I want here. I can draw, and if I want to make it interactive at any point, I go up to the people, and this will appear, and I can switch it. So if I decide, hey, I want some kid to write on the board, I can quickly save it, everyone on one team, and now the students can write on the board. When I'm done, I don't have to do anything. What's happened now is that the Smartboard actually saved this as a document in your Google Drive. So I'm just going to sign out. I don't have to share a link. I don't have to make a copy. I don't have to request a feature. I'm going to sign out. I'm done. But now I'm going to go back here. And you can see that in my drive, I now have the SLS document. And so I can go back anytime and see the students' work. But I'm actually watching as they're going and making comments to them on the document so that they can, fix some work that they might see. And then I can see everyone's engaged and how long it's taking them. So hopefully that was a little introduction, again, to the Smart Learning software. Again, guys, if you need one-on-one support, I'm happy to sit with you and help you create a lesson, or possibly if you want to come and watch it in use in one of my classes, please feel free to do so. Okay? Have a great day.